What up? What up? What it do? What it do? So I got another cool little video. I'm about to go. I'm gonna do two portraits today. I have one on one side, one on the other side, going on the homie. We've already done one in the center of his chest, so that's what I'm gonna be working on today. I kind of had a little bit of issues with the editing apps. You know, CapCut got like banned or some shit. TikTok got banned, and it's a kind of has affiliation with the same company owns CapCut. So I've been trying to rework some stuff because I got so familiar with the CapCut app. So now I'm transitioning to LumaFusion. So now the videos are going to be a little bit different. I'm working on, I'll put it up on the screen, the two portraits that I'm working on today. I thought I'd give you guys a view of the shop. So, but I got a lot of little changes that I had done recently. I kind of did. I put my Instagram back up. I'll put the name up there so you guys can take a look at it. It's David Sanchez BNI. It's on Instagram, and I also have my website up and running, so you guys can take a look at that, and it's all linked together on the Instagram. But yeah, so today we're working on the portraits. Not gonna go too in depth. We'll see. Just kind of go how it goes, you know. See how we do. Kind of feel the feeling here and there. But yeah, let's see how it goes. So I have to finish these two portraits today because the guy's leaving out of the country like in a couple weeks, so they have to be healed by the time he leaves out of the country. So usually, you know, I'm gonna talk about that a little bit in the video. So usually with the way I work, my clients usually fully healed about 2 to 3 weeks. 2 weeks is probably like like that, like narrowing down. Most people heal like that. Some people take a little bit longer. Some people could heal a little bit more rapid. But yeah, so normally with my tattooing I've seen, or my experience, I've probably seen like either 2 weeks. Let's take a look. Let's see what how we do today. Kind of get it going and have a good day. All right, so here we are. So let me show. This is homie's chest right here. Don't look at the titties, dog. Don't look at the titties. But yeah, that's the homie's chest. So this is the portrait we worked on like about 2 weeks ago. I think it was last week actually, but we'll see. Short memory, duh. But so this is the portrait that we worked on last week, or 2 weeks ago, and then so what we're working on today is his son on this side, and then his son on this side. So that's the project we got going on today. And so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna just try to like edit a little bit his hair, and just to kind of, so it doesn't look so awkward, because I ran it through the Remini app where it cleans up his where it gives like a better clarity to the photo. So it's an AI version, but it also distorts like the head like that. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and clean that up just to make it look so not animated or like not natural. And then what I'm gonna do with his is probably just adjust like some of the contrast. And I can adjust the contrast when I come in here, make sure I'm on the right layer. So I'll come to that little wrench mark there, and then I'll just hit or not that one, I mean the little pencil with the sparkle on it, and then hit curve, and then I'll just kind of adjust the contrast so that where I want it, so that I could see some of the information that's going on with his eyes or his mouth. But yeah, that's what we're kind of working on today. I'm gonna go ahead and stencil right now. I don't think I have a video of stenciling. Yeah, I do have a video of stenciling. I'll mark that up on in the link too. I'll mark that up there. I figured out how to do that now, so that you guys could take a look at that. Like, okay, he's linking these videos together. But this is what we're working on. I'm gonna go ahead and stencil him. I'm not gonna show that, but I'm gonna stencil him, and I'm gonna edit him a little bit and stencil him. And then this is what we're trying to accomplish today: is finish him and him on the sides, and then hopefully he sits really well, and then hopefully, and we'll see what happens. But it's going to be a long day, and I'll get video like, okay, I'm starting him now, and then get a little bit of images or a little bit of information about what's going on in this tattoo. And then once we finish him, I'll switch over to this one, and then we'll get the full piece once I'm done. All right, everybody, I don't know if you hear me on the new microphone, but here's the portrait we did the other day. I'll get a better video without all the glare on it and stuff like that, but I'm going to stamp his son on this side right now. And then on this side, I'll probably stamp it as well too. But this is what we're working on. That's the portrait we did. I'm gonna get a better video once we're all done because it's got like the glare. I just, he has like all the green soap on him right now. I'm cleaning him off and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and stamp it for you guys so you guys can see. All right, so I'm using stencils, Anchor stencil solution. So usually I'll do like 2 coats. I put one on there and then I let it dry. But I'm not gonna do that today. The only reason I'm not gonna do that is because with portraits, I don't want the stencil to be too stuck on there. Like I want to hit it with my liner, and then I want that stencil to kind of disappear, so that way I could see the accuracy of my lines. Usually that's what I try to do. But if it's like something super detailed, like if I'm doing a portrait that has like a lot of detail in the shirt or just like really small details, then I'll do 2 coats of the stencil solution. But for this portraits, they're kind of easier, so what I'll do is I want to hit them with the line, and I want that stencil to remove. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm just gonna do 1 coat on it, just 1 layer, and then I'm just gonna kind of get in the way of the camera. And so we have a plan for his chest too. We're gonna do some letters right here and some little background. But what I'm thinking about the whole time is that I know that this edge of his face here, I need shading to make him pull forward and the background to drop back. So I got to think about like, okay, how am I gonna blend that shading? So I just want to make sure that I'm not going too crazy with it. Okay, cool. That's that one. And we originally had like another portrait trying to get it up on here, but the whole problem with it was that the AI kept like regenerating it. It looked weird, so the angle was a little weird, so we ended up going with another portrait. So it just got, if we could utilize getting like a better face on there, then why not use it, instead of trying to kind of recreate a face and then it's looking kind of like I guess like inaccurate or just funny. Yeah, so what I'm looking for, I don't want to go like too up high on each side. So I think we got a capital letter that's probably gonna go right here somewhere, and then we're gonna bring it down like a chain. So I don't want to go too high up because I want to save room for the lettering, and I don't want to go too close because I want to make sure I throw some background in there. But once we get them all like stamped and tattooed, then I'm gonna take a photo of it. Then I'm gonna design the rest of his chest. So I think they're looking good right there. I just got to come in with a little bit of marker and redraw in his just darken off his nostrils and his lip right there. So yeah, bro, check it out. Let me know what you think. If you want to change it, you see it. Yeah, so usually I let the customer take a look at it, see if they like it. If they want me to adjust something or if they see something that's off that I didn't notice. That it's always good to have 2 sets of eyes. You know what I mean? So in this portion of the video, the customer, well, here's what we have, how I have it positioned, and the customer wanted to switch them around. He wanted to put his, as you can see, I put it up on the screen here, but I didn't like that position for one reason. I didn't like how the one on the left, how it was facing kind of his armpit, and then also the portrait on the right, it looks like his nipple is like almost his child's nipple, so I didn't really like that. So I recommend the other way. He agreed, and we went through with it. So that one, the reason I didn't put that one on this side is because he's looking that way. So if I put him on that side, he's gonna be looking right into your armpit. So I try to keep his armpit away from this, like where he's looking at. Yeah, that's good, bro. Cool. Customer's happy. All right, here's the setup for today's session for the double portrait. So first we have a Cheyenne. That's a 3 liner right there. That's a 0.30 millimeters, and then the next one here is a 5 round shader. That's Cheyenne. This next one up is 11 curve mag. That's Tatso, the 1st generation, and then that's a standard needle, extra long taper. The next one is a 15 curve mag. It is a standard needle, extra long taper. These two are the same. 1st generation. This is the 2nd generation. It's a 21 curve mag from Tatso. Standard needle with an extra long taper as well. These 2 needle groupings, so it's a 3 round and a 5 round shader, but these are bug pin right here. So these are 0.30, where these three needles are 3.5 millimeter, and that's in regards to the diameter of the needle. So the individual needle is like the thickness, like how thick it is, like that, the diameter. But yeah, that's today's setup. We'll have the drop system. You can see the drop system in my other videos. I'll put a link in there, or you can just scroll through my page. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And like I said, we're doing the LumaFusion edit with this one, so it may take a little bit longer. It may take like a couple weeks just until I can figure out all the settings and get everything out. But I also changed my station. I'm working on a painting right here, so now I'm in the back of the shop today. So I was usually in this middle station there, but I switched everybody around in the shop. We kind of switched stations. May's up in the front now. Aaron Maleros is in the front, and then we have Chris Mesa that's in this station. Aaron Leal that's in the back station. We have Christina and Lovera in the middle station, and then Chris Alvarado in this station here. And then I'm on this station here. This is my little room, just so I could do my videos, a little bit more private settings. My paintings, my station. Sharps retainer, and then we have the hive caps right there, and just like my stuff to get video content. But yeah, this is basically my setup, and then I got my little painting station there so that I could like on downtime I usually try to sit down and paint, get my artistic blood flowing. But yeah, that's in the back of the shop where my view's at. All right, everybody, let's get started. Let's get to work, right? Starting off with the 3-liner. I'm gonna block it all in. Hopefully you guys can see that, because I got the camera set up a little different angle today. Now, but what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna just block it all in. I got the 3-liner from Cheyenne. It's a .30. It's not considered a bug pin, but I consider it a bug pin. And I got the Cheyenne Soul Nova Unlimited, the 4mm stroke. And usually I block it in. Everybody, if you haven't seen my videos before, I have more content about how I block it in. But I just go in there, and I'll go in there with my liner, and I'll just start getting my shapes going, getting my shading started. So it's kind of like my under sketch. What I do, I just kind of get up in there and like kind of like a paint by number thing, but I get like the little edges. For the benefit for me is like I get the edges really good. I can get my shape started, so like contour lining. That way, like if the arm is more round, or like you got like a sphere, if you use like a contour lining on it, what happens is it gives that shape a more exaggerated shape. But so that's what I usually do. And then also, like if what also helps out with the blocking in is that it kind of keeps my stencil there. So let's say my stencil erases and I hit the line, I already blocked it in, and my stencil erases, I don't have to worry about, oh shit, my fucking stencil's erasing right now or some shit like that, So I'm in a new area today, man. I got a little bit more privacy. We still have the music on, but I set it up so that the music is just like not fully in our ears, or not on the camera too much, because I keep getting like, what are them things where, what is that thing, bro, or fucking it flags you or some shit like that? Yeah, so it kind of like copyrights it or some shit like that. So I keep getting that shit on my YouTube. So I'm trying to go around little things like that. Like I was using CapCut, and with CapCut you could edit just the voice, like you could isolate the voice. But then now CapCut's back on. I'm not really sure what's going on, so fucking I'm just trying to figure out what's the best way to edit shit around, But yeah, this little room's pretty cool, man. It got like my paint section right here next to me. If we get slow, I don't have to do shit, I just go and paint. But yeah, just blocking it in. 3-liner, Soul Nova Unlimited 4.0. It's like my go-to machine right now. I don't know about the rest of the country or the rest of the world, but we're freezing out here, Arizona, huh, bro? It's like in like 60 degrees out here and like ice. Like the other day I went walking. I usually go walking like a mile. I go like to this park right next to the house. There's like ice sheets like all over the street and shit. You would think it's a desert, huh?
I remember back when I was a kid, though, used to be ice all over the grass.
Oh yeah, early in the mornings. Yeah, it gets cold. Yeah, it gets cold up here, you guys. I don't know where everybody's from. Maybe drop a comment, see where you guys are at. Yeah, at least we're not good with the snow, right? I have like customers. They're like, some of them are more for like back east, and they're like, yeah, man, I used to suck in the mornings, getting up and going shoveling your car out. All we had to do, we just go inside and turn on the AC when it gets hot. Shit, that's what we do. Yeah, I know I got shorts on right now. Shit. Yeah, we're just blocking it in. I guess I'll cut it right here and then I'll come back to you guys once I have it. Once I'm starting some shading. So what I'll do is I'll block it in, like probably to like a good amount up here, and then I'll start to come in with my shader, my curve mags, and I'll start to do all the shading on it. I don't want to go too far with it, like up and like when I'm working, I don't want to go too far up because usually when you do that, the skin starts swelling and a little bit more pain for the customer. So just to avoid that, I try to work like only like a printer kind of, like I'll try to right to left and then slowly upward. But just in stages, try not to do everything all at once. The main reason is just to avoid the swelling and pain for the customer. All right, so I've already kind of been shading. Kind of forgot a little bit to put you guys on record, but so I'm still I'm shading. So I got the Tatsol 21 curve mag. Turn this on. So speed, it's about right there. I think that's like a 8.5, maybe an 8. So right here I'm working on the protrusion of the needle, like I guess how much it sticks out of the needle when I'm tattooing it. So right here in this example, I have it about like 3 millimeters, but so like 3 to 4 millimeters is kind of like my go-to area with like pretty much with my shading needles. With my liners, I'm protruding the needle far out, but you got to keep in mind that it's just an example. Like sometimes the placement or the area of the skin is going to determine how far I'm going to protrude the needle out, and also the needle grouping. So this is just kind of an example, like where I usually shade or protrude my needle out for shading, and it's about 3 to 4 millimeters. Needle, you guys can see that. Focus. Well, I'll zoom in on it, but it's not too far out. I'll kind of see if I can get a measurement, like an accurate measurement later on, and put it on the video. But I have the 21 curve mag from Tatsol Generation 2, and I'm gonna get up in these like his like underneath his chin right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit up Dynamic Black. I'm gonna exaggerate this portrait a lot, but I'm gonna come in here and just kind of use a little bit of my corner of my needle right here. Just kind of get this shape started, get that crease of his neck started. I hope you guys can see, man, because yeah, homie here turns kind of red. You can see in the video, it turns a little bit irritated. His skin's just irritated and shit. But I might like reduce the saturation on it so you guys can see more of the actual grays. But right here, 21 curve mag, Tatsol 2nd generation. I'm just kind of using the edge of the needle, and I'm just kind of getting in that little crease mark. Triple black, dynamic, and then so now I see, I'm gonna put it up on the screen too, this little corner of the cheek right here. I'm just gonna blend it away. And I want this area to be, I'm gonna exaggerate it a lot. And I just want, because I just want it to be like really rich and hold over time with the portrait, I don't want it to, because you gotta think there's no lines in the portrait itself. So you kind of want to make sure that everything is kind of holding its shape really well. So now I'm just gonna start blending out that black a little bit more. Still have the same black on there, triple black. I'm just kind of hitting it real lightly. Just blending it. Just be consistent motions, going in the direction of the shape. You're gonna see right here too that he's gonna get a little bit more like swollen right here. It's because of stretch mark. You can see there's a stretch mark going right through his face, kind of, but that'll eventually subside. But when you're first tattooing over it, you're gonna see that shit like just swell up really bad. But it's normal. You know, the stretch marks are scar tissue, so you know, because the skin is pulling, you know, as it get bigger or smaller, whatever, the skin's pulling, stretching. It's stretching, so what happens is it creates a scar when it rips. So what you want to do is when you're tattooing it, just be easy with it in that area and just kind of like don't get too afraid of that, because right now it's gonna look all like wonky and like swollen, and it's because your canvas, the skin is transforming into like it's not smooth and flat. So I just dipped in there, dipped into my lighter tones. I didn't even rinse out. So I'm rinsing out right now. I'm gonna go to I'm transferring to a 3-drop, or my bad, a 5-drop. My bad. And I'm exaggerating this really dark. It's gonna look dark now, but you could see like on her, she was like exaggerated really dark and light. So 30%. I always think of it like as a 30% ratio. Like it's gonna lighten up. So I'm not even rinsing out. I'm going to a 2-drop, and I'm just gonna blend out this 5-drop that I had did on his cheek right here. And I'm going backwards with the needle, like backwards this way, just because it feels comfortable in the angle that I'm in. You know, I'm standing right now, so my back's killing me, but I'm just going backwards because it just feels comfortable to me right now. You know, if I was over here, this would be comfortable to me. You know, going upward with the needle. So yeah, 2-drop on the needle, just blending out that 5-drop, blending out the 5-drop. Still with the 2-drop. Let's see how that's blending out now. I gotta think. So this edge of the stencil right here, this is all like my lighter area. So I'm just blending out towards that area. A lot of people call it whipping. I guess you could think of it like that. Get that blended out. Dang, you can see already his cheek. It's already kind of coming out rounded. I'm gonna just exaggerate this tone down a little bit more. I'm gonna press a little bit harder right here. Okay, I'm gonna go back to a 5-drop, and I'm gonna kind of blend out this under his chin a little bit more. Yeah, like I was saying earlier too, like the stretch marks. What I've kind of my experience with the stretch marks, sometimes what you want to do is like make sure you're like lubricating the area really well. It just feels like, you know, sometimes like if you're like if it's a little bit like not dry enough or too dry, it's hard to work in that area. So you want your needle to kind of be more fluid when you're going over the stretch marks, and then just take your time with it. You know, don't have your needle protruding out too much, because you're just gonna start getting that like where it's just kind of like this. You know, like your needle's going over and you're getting caught like that. So I would tuck your needle back in a lot and just be easy with it, be smooth, you know. All right, so I rinsed out, 2-drop. I'm gonna blend this out right here, the shape of his cheek. And always on the chest, for me on this area, it's like a difficult area because I've got to stand. So if I got a mat that I stand on, so that can help on my back, because you know over time doing it so much, your back's gonna just be taking a beating. All right, so I'm going back to a 5-drop right here. I'm gonna hit up this. I'm gonna blend out this black. I'm gonna go backwards with it. Just be easy with it. I'm using the corner of the mag to get the edge right here. Okay, back on the. I'm gonna go with the 10-drop right here. I'm gonna darken his chin pretty dark. You know what? No, let's go to I'm gonna go to like the half cap. So it's half distilled water, half regular dynamic. And I'm gonna just darken this kind of a lot because you know, like I said, it's gonna lighten up 30%. I want it to be real contrasty, and the how I'm gonna get that contrast is gonna be from that knowing the difference between your values, like where you could see the actual difference of the value. See that little piece right here stands out now. Okay, I'm gonna go back to a 5-drop. I'm gonna get up in his like his little crease of his mouth. It's gonna kind of blend downward. How you doing, bro?
I'm good.
You want me to use your real name in here in the video, or what's your what's the hood name? What do you go by? Alright, so I'm gonna go to a 2-drop. I'm not even gonna rinse out. I'm gonna get the rest of this chin, and it's super light. Like he's got like lighter tones right here. So right now, it's gonna look like, I guess, super lumpy, whatever. I guess I don't know, but you know, as it tones down, it'll come back. So still got the 2-drop. Alright, I'm gonna go into a 10-drop right here, and I'm gonna get this edge of his like crease of this mouth. Yeah, you know what? I've been editing on the LumaFusion, guys, and it's so difficult just because I had learned CapCut, you know, and I got real like super familiar with it, and then now I'm just like struggling. But we'll see what happens. Homie right here said they signed a deal, right? They said, yeah. So he said they signed a deal. So we'll see if. Yeah, it's the same company.
Oh, really?
So this is what I heard, and I'm not too sure what, but somebody was saying that the algorithm that they have in there, that the AI algorithm that's inside TikTok and like all this company that they're producing all these apps, is that there's like something about privacy, right? So that's what I heard and shit. So I'm not too sure what's real, but
Not the people's information.
yeah. So it's just like a privacy. It's like messing with the people's privacy, but I don't know. And but then you got the other hand where it's like, well, just pay me this much and we won't say nothing, So it's kind of like shady a little bit. So I don't know what's going on. I really don't. I'm not too, As long as they ain't getting into my bank account or, I'm good. It's busy today. It's a Saturday. I'm gonna put the camera on. I'm gonna show you guys really quick. This is a shop. Saturday. You got people. These two guys over here on this side. They're not working. He's up there with a customer. Everybody's trying to get tattooed today. So, all right. So I did the majority of like his cheeks. I was showing you guys like under his chin, his mouth, and I did that with the 2021 curve mag. That's a standard from Tatsoul. But now what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna work on the eyes. So I'm gonna go in with my 3 liner. So I'm gonna protrude it out pretty far. And then I'm gonna dip in a 10 drop. I'm gonna rinse off, make sure that I have only 10 drop in there. And then I'm just gonna block in the eyes real quick. Very lightly. Very, very lightly. These are like one of the important areas. This is the most important area, I think, for a portrait, because right away people are gonna look at the eyes. That's like people say it's the window to the soul. But like I'll look at the eyes really quick and see how, like, does it have that person's character in there? And, like, you could just tell. So but I'll go in there and I'll kind of just block it in real lightly, kind of get my like areas kind of like defined out where I want to hit the shading at. And I still have a 10 drop on here, and then now I'm gonna do his eyebrow, or the brows. And these I'm gonna press a little bit harder because I want to give it the impression that it's hair right here. So I'm gonna press a little bit harder. I still have the 10 drop on there. Just kind of go in there, get the impression like he has hair. Still on the 10 drop, I'm gonna just hit up this well, you know what, I'm gonna rinse out. I'm gonna go with the lighter tone just in case. And I'm gonna get these little eye corners right here. Just make sure I'm doing it in the right spot. I'm looking at my stencil and my actual photo, just making sure I'm in the right spot. I'm not like going somewhere where I'm not supposed to be. Got the 2 drop on here. And I just kind of get up in these eyes real quick and block them in really fast. And I'm gonna go into a 5 drop. I'm gonna get this eyebrow on the other side, because this is a lighter eyebrow, because this one it's more exposed to the light. Same thing with the other side. I'll just kind of go in there get in there. Okay, and then I'm gonna kind of try to go real slow, kind of slower pace, and then just kind of block it in. That way I know, like, hey, I don't want to pass this area with shading or something. Give a little, real light outline around his forehead here. Alright, so now let's work on these eyes. So I'm gonna work on this this eye here. I don't want to say right or left because in the video it looks like the right eye or the left eye. So I'm gonna exaggerate his eye a lot. So,
Luciano, but
huh?
Luciano, that's his name. That's something.
So I'm going with triple black right here on the top lip, on the where his eyelashes would be. Just triple black and just kind of feathering it in there. Try not to go too hard with it because these are the areas that you're gonna get a lot more like I guess tougher healing because you're trying to go too much over it. You'll kind of get like a bigger scab in this area. So I just kind of just try to just stick with my liner when I'm doing it. And so I'm looking in the picture. It has like it doesn't connect, but the shading is like kind of dominant over like right here in this little area where I'm going over right now. And then I'm gonna bring out this line right here. Just feather it in, feather it in. Get up in this little corner, and then I'm gonna blend it out this way towards the iris because you gotta think that the eye is rounded, so you want to have like some of that curve in there. And then I'm back in the triple black. You know what? No, I'm gonna go rinse out. I'm gonna go to a half cap, and I'm gonna just blend out from the corner of the eye. Remember, I'm trying to be more accurate to the photograph. I'm not like, I know that there's like he has whites in his eye in the corner, but what you gotta think, you can't really see that in the photograph because that eye is in the shadows. So I don't want to change it too much so that it doesn't look like the photograph. Because if I would have left that eye white right there, the white of the eye white, then you're not really gonna, it's not gonna look like him. It's gonna look too fake. And I'm just see this is where like the shine of the eye would be. So I'm gonna just tone that down with the. I still have the like a half cap in there, but I'm barely touching it. Man, you see that? And that eye just kind of recedes back a little bit. I'm gonna get this bottom eyelid. Just barely hitting it. Barely.
Barely.
And so now this eyelid has like a little bit of shadow on it. It's not like totally negative. So I'm just gonna kind of drop it back a little bit with my liner. I'm just gonna put some shading in these little corners. Alright, that's one eye. Let's move to the next. And the camera's a little bit far away, but I'm gonna zoom in a lot for this to see it. So I'm gonna go back to my triple black. I'm gonna go on the other side of the eye, the other eye. And this one has more black, so I don't really have to be too concerned about like the glares and feathering it in, kind of being easy with it. Let's see. So this eye, I'm not gonna put any like shading in the whites of the eye because in the photograph it's like totally negative, like a white area. And I'm gonna tone this little shine of the eye down. When it heals, it will heal like a lighter. You'll be able to see like a little bit of difference, but nothing too crazy. And if it heals too light, then we could always go back because we're working on his chest. Now let's give it a good cleaning and see where we're at. Hopefully you guys can see it a little better. Now I put green soap on it so I can try to get some of this stencil off of there. See that my eyes are there. And I'm not gonna put any whites in his eyes because he's in the shadows, so I don't want them to be like, if I put a white in there, it's gonna pop out really bad, and then it's gonna look like fake, too fake. You know what I mean? So once I put this dark around here, he's gonna pull forward. This white will look white. It'll separate him a lot. Getting close to the end on this portrait. Well, pretty much is the end. I just wanted to show you guys something. The other one I'm gonna focus on the nose. On his nose, and then so I focus on his eyes in this video a little bit, and but you can see in the video he's really red. It actually looks more red in the video, so I'll probably tone down the saturation on it. But I just wanted to show you guys something. So like I still need like the black here, some shading here. What that's gonna do is that negative is gonna have that dramatic contrast, and it's gonna hold the piece together a lot. So I'm gonna go ahead and edge up some of this with some darker, probably most likely black. You could see on this side how like the ear makes it just jump out. If I didn't, it looked like this side, so it looked flat. So that's why I usually put a lot of heavy blacks in my pieces, because it's going to give a lot more contrast. And it's going to take things back and bring things forward. Alright, and then to do the black, I'm just going to put in the 21 Curve Mag by Tatsoul 2nd generation triple black. I'm gonna go right up under here and then under his chin and get some heavy black in there. Just feather it in, nothing too crazy. Turn my mag sideways so I get close to this edge really quick, bump it up, and then what I'll do is once I get like all the black blended in here, what I'll do is I'll go back with like a liner, and I'll just clean up some of these little edges where I didn't get like too close to his face, so it looked like a clean, crispy edge on there. And that gives it a little bit more, I want to say it gives it more like a unique style, because usually if you look at it, so this is my theory on it, like, so if you look at like something man-made, for instance, like or even not man-made, but something hard like a rock or like a car, you'll see like these hard edges on them, really sharp, like when you're looking at it in a photograph. But when you look at like a human's face or like hair or some things that are more organic, you'll have like that softer edge on it. But for me, what I like to do sometimes, just to exaggerate stuff, I still like to get that hard crispy edge on it, because it looks just so much like cleaner as a tattoo. And then that's where I think like I exaggerate stuff a little bit, and then that's like totally artist preference, or I guess yeah, like where you can exaggerate stuff is where you can mess around with like how clean your edges are. And you also got to think too, like as a tattoo artist, we want everything to look really nice and sharp and clean. We want that focus to be where we want it to be, like on the face or something. So that really helps out when you're trying to focus in on an area. So like if I want this really sharpened edge, so your focus is gonna go here, but in the background, let's say I didn't want it to be such a focus, I could use my mag only, and it'll soften up the edges. And what will happen, it'll create that depth of field. Like this is like further away, and this is your focus here. So yeah, I'm just gonna go back in, pack in some blacks a little bit, just kind of blend them out, and then we're gonna jump on the next portrait. I'll show you once I'm done with this one. And I'm not spending too much time. I'm just kind of getting little parts out of it. So I did the eyes on this one, his face here, like mainly focus a little bit on the eyes and on the chin, and talked a little bit. But on this one, I'm probably just gonna focus more on his nose. Like I'll block it in and I'll focus more on his nose, so there's not a crazy long video with so much content or so much stuff in there. That way you guys are not fast forwarding through my videos and shit. Yeah, but I'll come back to you guys in a little bit when we're on the other side. All right, you guys. So now I'm on the other portrait. I'm gonna do the same thing, block it in. The other one you can see over here is still chilling. Redness kind of starting to subside. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and block all this in with my liner. Homie's doing good right here. He said it ain't nothing. He said he could do this for 20 hours. 2 days straight, back to back. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and block it in. Usually, um, with my 3-liner Cheyenne. Go ahead and block it in. I'm gonna rinse it out real quick because I don't know what tone I had on there or what value of ink I had on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the 10 drop. Dip it on the 10 drop. Just gonna block it all in, and then get it going. Sure. Do kind of quick little edges right here, and I'm doing like a hard line on this side right here, on this area because his shirt's black. All this is black, so I don't have to worry about if it's such a hard line that you could see like under the chin or anything like that. That black shading for the black shirt is gonna hide that hard line. So like under his chin right here, I'm gonna go ahead and put a triple or like half cap, but I'm not gonna be afraid of doing like not too dark, but because right here it's under his chin, and in the photograph it has his it's like dark black, the line, so I'm not gonna worry about too much of like, hey, if I should do it black or not black. Yeah, I'm still working on the video for the back piece that I put it up. If you guys haven't checked out that video, go check it out, man. 2 days back to back. So I did one video, it's already up, but the next one I'm still working on it. I'm still trying to figure out this LumaFusion app, the editing app. So it should be up pretty soon. I'm almost done with it. Let me know what you guys think of it, and then once this video goes out, I guess you could say that I had a plan for it. But he should be back. The back piece guy should be back in February. So right now we're in January. And so we'll finish his off. Got some pretty cool projects coming up. I got this guy, he's getting like a bunch of portraits, like characters. So like he's gonna do what was it, like the girl from Game of Thrones, the dragon girl, I forgot her name. But then he's gonna do the Grinch. He has like all kind of cool stuff that he wants to get. Yeah, he wants to get the Grinch, and then he wants to do like some of the zombies. What's that one zombie show?
Walking Dead?
Yeah, Walking Dead and shit. I don't remember. Probably I've done a lot of zombies and evil stuff, I did. Yeah, just blocking it in right here, guys. Kind of going back between my tones, So what I usually do when I'm blocking it in like this, just kind of like pepper shading it or stipple shading it. I'm just kind of getting like, okay, what tone do I see in the picture, and then I'll kind of go off of that. Like that's what I'm using when I'm blocking it in. But like for instance, if it's a really light area, like a really light value that I'm seeing in the photograph, then I'll use a light value when I'm stippling it in. But if it's like let's say this shirt's all black here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use all black to block it in. And then like for the lips, it says a medium value, then I'll use a medium value to block it all in. Mic check, mic check. Boats and hoes. Alright, so this part of the video, you guys, I'm gonna focus on the nose right here. So I already like shaded the majority of like the bottom chin, his lips. These are like really easy portraits. Well, not easy, but I feel like they're the shapes when they're like babies like that, and they have the shapes. Like it's super simple to get like the shapes going. For me, in my opinion, you know, and somebody that might be struggling, it just takes like years, man, and consistency, just kind of drawing, sketching faces. But I'm gonna start on the nose right here. I got a 5 liner. I'm gonna block it in so you guys can see start to finish with the nose. All right, so I got a half cap, and then I'm gonna hit up this little the edge of the nose right here because it's kind of it has like almost like a hard line. So I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna fade it off because it's like dark shading, so it kind of gradually fades. And then this nostril kind of tucks under right here. Alright, so once I got that little area down, I'm gonna bring it out a little bit more with my shading. Well, my like stipple shading. So blend it out a little bit. Alright, cool. So once I got kind of like these the 2 nostrils blocked in with my liner, this little edge, I'm gonna go back up on this side of the other nostril, the other side. I'm gonna rinse out my needle. I'm gonna a 5-drop. So I know that there's the bottom of the nostril here has like a tone because it's in the shadow. It's casting a shadow, the top nostril. So we're just gonna kind of put a tone in this one real quick. And then I'm gonna just lightly brush in this other nostril, or the bend of the nostril where it meets the cheek. And then so I know this on this nostril here, it's in the shadows as well, so I'm just gonna put a little tone over it. And he has that little indentation for his lip right here, so I'm gonna go real lightly so that I don't, so I know to put that in there when I tattoo or when I use my shader. And this light kind of comes out to a point right here. It's like a drop shadow from the nose. So I'm gonna do that drop shadow there. And so that drop shadow is from the nose, so it's casting. Okay, so now I want to focus on the ball of the nose. I'm going to tuck my needle back just a little bit more, and then I'm going to go into a 5-drop. And then I know that there's like, you can't really see it in the picture, but there's like a border between the nostril and the shading because it's the refracted light. So the light hits the lip and then it bounces back up, and that's what causes that little negative shape right there. That negative space of light. Okay, so now that I have that border right there, I'm gonna just kind of slowly, real lightly, kind of just blend up. And this is a 3-liner, guys. Blend up, try to get that shape started, try to get that ball of the nose started. And then as the value is getting lighter, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rinse out. I'm gonna go to a 2-drop, make sure I got a lot of ink on there. And I'm just gonna keep blending out. So I know the shading kind of continues all the way down the nose, or all the way down to the other side of the nostril. And I'm leaving that edge, like that border around the nostrils when I'm shading. And then I could always tone it down if I need to. Coming down, I got the 2-drop still on my needle. Now I'm going to a lighter drop. I went to a 1-drop, and I never really use this, but I just want to make sure that my shading is going in the right direction. Like I know that there's shading here. Alright, so I'm still going back to a 1 drop. You know what? I'm gonna go to 2 drop. And then, so on the nostril on this side, so that you could see it, I'm gonna just start locking it in. I'm going some more 2 drop in here. And I'm gonna kind of get this little bridge of the nose started so that I can start seeing what adjustments I need to make as I'm tattooing. So I'm trying to visualize it as a whole, like one piece. Okay, I'm gonna rinse out my needle. I'm gonna go to a 1 drop again. And I'm gonna hit up this little nostril area right here. So now I got that. I'm gonna hit up with I'm gonna switch out to a 11 curve mag from Tatsol. This is a standard needle with the extra long taper, and I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. So I'm probably like maybe like a 6, maybe a 7 right here. And so I got it protruded out pretty good, pretty far. I'm gonna dip into a 5 drop, and I'm gonna exaggerate this. I'm gonna, I guess hopefully my hat's not in the way. And I'm just gonna try to get up in here and blend out so I can get that round shape started, because I'm thinking of it as like 3 spheres. So this is like a sphere here, this is like a sphere, and this is like a sphere here. So I know this is darker right here, so I'm gonna just blend out. Okay, once I got that darkness that I wanted to achieve, I'm gonna rinse out. I'm gonna go to a 2 drop. I'm just gonna kind of exaggerate this edge a little bit here. Alright, so now I'm gonna go to a 1 drop. I didn't even rinse. And I'm just gonna slowly blend, real softly blend this out. On the bridge of the, or on the angle of that nose or whatever. I'll put the exact name of it. Okay, so once I got that going, then I'm gonna go back into a 2 drop. Make sure it picks up some ink in there. I'm gonna go back here of this the nostril. Alright, so then I'm gonna go back in. I'm gonna go into a 5 drop, and I'm gonna kind of smooth out these stippled shadings that I did earlier. Hopefully my hat's not in the way, guys. Hopefully, forgive me. Get up in there with my corner. I still had the 5 drop on here, getting these little drop shadows. And then the same with the 5 drop still, I'm just gonna blend out now. Blend downward. Yeah, so 5 drop still, and then I'm gonna kind of blend out this edge right here. Real lightly, I'm just gonna go in there really quick. And I'm gonna wipe it off, see if I need to blend it off more. Yep, I need to blend it. I'm gonna go back in there a little bit. See if I need to blend it off more. Yep, just a little bit. I'm trying to hide that line right there, guys. It's like a line that I have with shading. Alright, so we got that. Cool. And then so I'm gonna get that little this part of the lip here. I'm gonna go sideways with it so I can kind of be real sharp edge. I'm gonna hide this nostril a little bit more because it's in the shadows. Rinse out. I'm gonna rinse out. I'm gonna go back to a 2-drop, and I'm just gonna kind of give this upper lip just a little value to it, so it's not too dominant. It's gonna turn really red because it gets really red. And still my 2-drop. Still got my 2-drop. I'm gonna come back in here and I'm gonna kind of work on this nostril on this side. Nothing too crazy because it's a real light value. Hopefully you guys can see it, man. Hopefully Alright, so then I'm gonna go dip it to a 5-drop, and I'm gonna get this cheek where the nostril hits the cheek. That's pretty much the nose right there. And I'm gonna rinse out. I'm going to a 1-drop, and I'm gonna use the corner of my needle. I know there's like this little angle right here, and then I'm gonna kind of get that little, what is that? That little highlight at the bottom. I'm gonna tone it down a little bit, and there's pretty much the ball of the nose. And then I'm gonna go back into 1-drop again, and then I'm just gonna get a little bit of shading up in here. And that's pretty much the nose. And then as I'm working up here, then once I get these areas with the eye sockets, then it'll start to drop the eyes back, like the sockets back, and then this will kind of start to protrude forward. This will start to come forward. I did all the kind of the nose. I think that's where we left off at. And then I blocked in the eyes with my liner. So I'm just gonna go back. So I got my 21 mag out. I'm gonna just kind of get a little bit of shading behind this ear so I can pop it, like bring it forward, and then I'm gonna do some of this shade on the cheek here. So yeah, but pretty much going pretty smooth. So if you guys haven't heard, I put my Instagram back up. I know some of you guys have been asking for the Instagram, so the Instagram is David Sanchez BNI. I'll put it up on the screen so you guys can see it as well. But yeah, I took it down just to take a break from it. You know, it was like, I felt like it was like, I don't know, I was just tired of it. Like it was like a lot of time wasting, and it wasn't allowing me to focus. And then I had some I wouldn't say mental issues going on, but just kind of like things that I was dealing with mentally, you know, that I felt like I needed a break from it. And but I ended up putting it back on because, you know, it is a little bit slower, but I have something going on that I kind of want to bring forward, and I think the Instagram is going to be a cool way to kind of release it, especially with the YouTube. You know, it kind of helped me grow a little bit more with some more followers, some more likes. You know, don't forget to like and share these videos if you like them. I got some pretty cool ones coming up, some pretty cool tattoos coming up, and I want to get more involved where you guys can see more of like maybe doing another video where I'm advertising, so you guys can see how I get my work, because it's not only social media that I get my work from. I get it from like doing other events, you know, like such as the car shows that we hit up, or just being like real, like networking with people, you know, talking to people, and just not being like I guess, you know. But yeah, we do a lot of other events, and I want to do a video like that where you guys can see like how I kind of advertise, or how I get some of my customers. 21 mag here, and I'm just kind of blending some shading out just to give it some depth, give his ear like, you know, some contrast with the background. And we're eventually gonna add like lettering on his chest, and some background around the kids, you know, around the portraits. But we're slowly working. Okay, I dipped into my 2-drop, get this cheek blended out. One reason I like using the bigger mags with this, and it's just something I kind of just recently been doing lately more of. But what's going on is, not only do you work a lot like faster, I guess it doesn't benefit me to work faster because I charge hourly. But like one benefit that I've noticed is that, you know, you could work a lot quicker, but um, I could get the corners a lot easier, just like just getting up to the edge like that, and I could get the corners a lot easier with these bigger mags compared to a 7, like a little smaller mag, like a 7 mag, or like a 5 mag or something like that. I feel like I get the corner a lot easier, and it's just, I don't know why. I'll try to come up with a reason why, but yeah, I've been using the larger mags for some reason a lot more, and enjoying them a lot more. And the healing's been coming out pretty cool. Like, liking the healing a little bit better too. Like they're more soft, I guess. And one reason for that is because, you know, this machine hits pretty hard. It's a 4mm stroke, but with it, when it has like a smaller needle in it, when it has a smaller mag in there, it's pushing that really hard. So when there's more needles involved, it's having a tougher time pushing them in the skin. So it's actually hitting a lot softer. Yeah, just blending it out. Let's get a little bit of yeah, I'll take a break real quick, guys, and then I'll come back to you probably when I'm gonna go ahead and hit up that eyebrow. I'm gonna dip into this is a 10-drop right here. Yeah, I'm exaggerating this a lot darker than it is. Still on the 10-drop. Getting that corner like we're talking about. The corner of the mag. Getting that texture of the hair kind of in there. Testing. All right, y'all. So here's the second portrait. Get a close up right there. So that's the second portrait. We kind of focused on the nose. We focused on the nose right there. But that's the second one, and I'm gonna turn down some of the saturation on this one because he gets really red, irritated. But once it starts to settle, it goes down. But that's the nose that we focused on. You know, I think started blocking it in right here. But that's the nose that we focused on. You know how I got like the bottom of it, and then got these little corners and then the edges. And then I threw a little bit of whites, of just very little, just to give it more of that rounded shape, so like a glare, shiny shape. But that's the second portrait. This one in the middle. Hold on, I'll go back. So this one in the center right here, we did 2 weeks ago exactly, and then she healed pretty good. She's still a little bit shiny, but she's pretty much healed, ready to go. And you know he has hair follicles here, so that's why he got like a little bit of a like the blemishes there, because what's going on is we're irritating the skin with all the ointments and shaving it, so that's why the blemishes are there, because he has like hair that grows in that area right there. And then this is the first one that we focused on the we did the chin. Like I said, we blocked it in, and then we focused on the eyes. And like I said, with these eyes right here, like he he doesn't have any glare because he's in the shadows, so that's why I didn't do any like whites in the eyes or any whites, because he's basically in the shadows here. But yeah, let me see, want to sit straight and go back a little bit more. And then so that's the first one, or the second one. First one we did that one, second one. Yeah, but take a look. Don't forget to like and subscribe, man. This probably will be out in a few weeks, because like I said, I'm getting that editing app going, so we'll take a look at it, and once I edit it, probably go up. But don't forget to like, subscribe, just keep them coming. I'm gonna keep them coming. You guys keep on doing that your thing, and I'll keep them coming, bro.